What we do at Robert Irwin Jewelers, it's not just the transaction. It's about the people. That's why we're here. We believe in putting the right piece of jewelry in the right person's hand because we know what it means to you. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers or online at rijewelers.com. Free financing.
Frame Corner is proud to serve the custom framing needs of Memphis area artists, designers, and businesses. Frame Corner designers are experts in preservation and bring years of experience when it comes to matching your specific design style. Frame Corner.
So Dame makes the tech. It's 117.99. We're still in the third quarter. 106 to play.
First of the last 2 minutes.
Dame's got 32. 17 in this third quarter. Inbound to Lillard on the logo with 105 to play. Screen comes from Sharp. Another one comes from the other side. Dribbles left in front of McDermott. Hesitates. He drives. Gives it to Payton. Left hand. No good. The putback dunk is no good by Eubanks. And it's tapped out to Sharp at center court. Sharp to the corner for Grant. Three on the way. No good. Bounces up, out, and grabbed by Richardson. He'll push back along the near sideline. Up to the wing. Loses a handle on it. Up top for a wide open Branham for three. It's short. Ball is tipped into the hands of Richardson. Backs it up with 34 seconds left in the period. Here's the drive from McDermott. High off the glass. No good. Loose. And it's going to be Eubanks who rips it away from the defender. What's the call? A jump ball. It'll be Eubanks and Langford. We have seen a lot of let them play situations tonight, Francis, and that was one of them.
Yes. But that time, Eubanks is going to come over and try to block the shot, and it was good that Dame snuck in there at the last minute to prevent Langford from being able to get that easy offensive rebound.
So it's Eubanks against Langford. Langford at 6'5", Eubanks at 6'9", in the Spurs front court. Curtis Blair will toss it up. 28.1 left in the third. There's 5 in the shot clock if San Antonio wins it. And they're going to have to jump up again as they both left a little early. Ball is tipped into the hands of Sharp, nearly stolen out of his hands by Johnson. 3-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Game on the logo with 20 seconds left. 14 on the shot clock. Dribbles back to the corner on the near side. Out near midcourt. High screen comes. Goes with it to the right. 7 to shoot. Splits the defense. He attacks. Dribbles left hand. Got it. 34 for Dame.
Good job with Dame with the little mini Euro to avoid the contact.
119.99. 3 seconds left in the period. And there's a foul on the floor on Shaedon Sharp.
By Jones. Brooks back the other way. Euro steps at Keegan Murray, floats it up and in. It's a 1-point game. Grizzlies wanted a foul, and the Kings will take a timeout. 69-68. Grizzlies within one. 10-14 remaining in the third on the Memphis Grizzlies Radio Network.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
And now in his first full season with San Antonio.
I don't even remember him being with Boston.
It's a very brief amount of time. 8-year pro out of Tennessee. Free throw was good. 119-101. 1.6 seconds left in the quarter. Inbound is knocked away by Doug McDermott. The Blazers finish the third quarter on a 21-6 run, and they lead at 119-101 heading to the fourth, and they'll have the ball. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Hey, Rip City, this is Kevin Calabro of your Portland Trailblazers. Don't miss a minute of action on Root Sports Plus.
It's just trust. It's crazy that those moments just keep coming. But that's what our season is going to be about all year. It's going to be about trust. It's going to be about staying together and continuing to fight, and weathering the storms over the course of the NBA game.
Listen right here or tune in to Root Sports Plus, home of the Trailblazers. For all the ways to watch, visit trailblazers.com/watch. So tune in and root us on. Go Rip City and go Root Sports Plus.
Local jobs, local service, local community dedication. When you choose Ford, you're choosing local. That's your Northwest Ford dealers. We're in your town, serving you, your friends, and your neighbors, just like we have for over 100 years. Not everyone can say they're part of the local fabric, but your Northwest Ford dealers can. We're keeping you on the road, and we're keeping it local. Stop by today or visit buyfordnow.com.
Rebounds are important, whether on the court or when bouncing back from an injury. As the Trailblazers team physicians, Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery keeps the Trailblazers performing at their best. And as the region's most preferred, their patients benefit from their comprehensive and personalized care. Be seen safely for all your orthopedic and neurosurgical needs today. Visit reboundmd.com or call 1-800-REBOUND to schedule an appointment. Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, the region's most preferred.
What's up, Rave City? This is Yusuf Nurkic. You are listening to Trailblazers Radio Network.
Blazers in front of the Spurs, 119-101 as we start the fourth quarter. The Blazers are 17-7 when leading after 3. The Spurs are 0-28 when they trail heading to the fourth quarter. Travis Demers, Francis Williams, and Mike Lynch here with you as the Blazers outscored the Spurs 45-27 in that third quarter. And Francis, looked a lot like the second quarter last night. You hope that the fourth quarter does not look like the third quarter last night.
Yes, well, the Blazers defense was better, slowed San Antonio down somewhat. First quarter that they shot under 50% as they were at 47%. So a little better job on the defensive end, but continuing to be very effective and efficient on the offensive end.
So the Blazers have it to start the fourth from left to right. Shaedon Sharpe will bring it up. Little, Simons, Eubanks, and Payton also out on the floor for the Trailblazers. Sharpe on the wing, up top to Little. Little tries to feed Eubanks, who's pushed, and there is a whistle, and it's Poeltl picking up his 5th foul. And it comes just 16 seconds into the quarter, and he's surprised, but it was an obvious foul.
Yeah, he definitely pushed him. It wasn't even in question.
The Blazers managed 10 points off of turnovers in the third after 8 points off of turnovers in the second. Little's got to get it in. He's got to hurry. He does. He finds Simons along the far sideline. Screen comes from Eubanks. Simons on the wing. Scoops it back to Eubanks. Top of the free throw circle. Holds onto it with 5 seconds to shoot. Down to Sharpe in the free throw circle. Backs up. Puts it up. No good. Rebound Poeltl. Just his 4th rebound of the game. Now here is Jones with it. Screen comes. Left-hand dribble. Throws it underneath for Poeltl. Poeltl rolls to the rim. Waits for Eubanks to jump and puts it in. Poeltl's got 8 points in 10 minutes on 4 of 5 shooting. 119-103. Trailblazers lead it. 50 seconds gone by in the fourth. High screen from Payton. Simons in front of Langford. Crosses and drives into the paint. Runs it up. No good. And there is a late whistle. I'm assuming it's late. I never heard it, but judging by the reactions on the floor when the Spurs found out there was a foul, it was late.
It was a good, strong drive by Ant, and there was definitely contact there. But I think it's one of those they were going to wait to see if it went in. If it didn't, they weren't going to call it. But he definitely got fouled.
So Simons at the line for 2. It's a second team foul on the Spurs. That on Langford, his 4th. That's good. Simons shooting 90% from the free throw line and 131 attempts.
For Drew Eubanks.
Eubanks will head to the bench as Nurk comes back in.
Need to go ahead and get that 6th foul on Poeltl and get him out of there. That should be Nurk's assignment.
Free throw is good. 121-103. Anthony Simons has 21. 3 Blazers with at least 20 in this game. Jones between the rings. Picks up his dribble and finds McDermott. Payton defends him. Dribbles around. Poeltl pulls up from 18 feet. Shot is off the mark. Rebound Simons. That is his 1st rebound tonight.
Post Nurk up. Let's go to work.
Simons on the wing. Gives it to Nurk up top. Hands it back to Simons. Back to Nurk into the paint. Rolls on Poeltl and puts it in. 25 for Nurk. That's the most he's ever scored in a game against San Antonio.
Good job. Come in. Go right at him.
Blazers now 30 assists in the game. Jones through the paint. Missed the shot. Offensive rebound. Poeltl blocked by Nurkic. A foul is called. That looked clean. It'll be the 3rd personal on Nurk. He has reached right over Jakob Poeltl. See if there's any contact as we look at it from another angle. Yep, he got him in the back.
Yep.
The block was clean, but the body was not.
We talk about being big.
Yes.
In that instance, it worked against him.
Pirtle's first free throw is through. He's shooting just 58% from the line. Jakob Pirtle is one of 5 players in the NBA who have played at least 900 minutes and have not taken a three-point attempt.
He knows who he is.
He knows exactly who he is. Mitchell Robinson, Walker Kessler, Mason Plumlee, and Kevon Looney, the other 5, or one of the other 4, and all of those players know exactly who they are. Free throw is in. It's 123-105.
I saw a stat the other day. Kevon Looney leads the league in assist-to-turnover ratio.
That's incredible. Here's Nurk. Hands it off to Simons around the corner. Wing 3 on the way, and he buries it. 24 for Anthony Simons. Blazers 17 of 29, 59% from distance tonight. 126-105. 9:54 to play. Here is Langford right to the rim for the easy 2. Blazers take it out of the net and go right back to work. Simons again on the wing. Out of Nurk. Hands off to Little. Little bounces off of the defender, backs up, gives it to Sharp in front of McDermott. Hesitates, drives along the baseline out to Nurk. Nurk looks left for Little. 8 seconds to shoot. 3-pointer. Got it. Nas has got 10. Nasir Little, every game but one since he's been back has he scored at least 10. Here's the drive and kick to the corner for Langford. He slips, falls down, loses it. Payton with some nifty dribbling, pulls away. Now he bounces up to Sharp to the rim. Yes! 19 for Shaedon Sharp. 131-107.
Great job by Payton. Active hands to get the steal. Handle the ball well in the open court.
Here's Jones. Missed the bank shot. Loose ball. Simons can't get it. Hit off a Nurk out of bounds. $8:58 to play in the fourth quarter. It's the Blazers 131 and the Spurs 107. Inbound to Pirtle, top of the free throw circle. Looks right, hands it off. To Keldon Johnson for 3. That's no good. He gets his own rebound. No, it's Langford who comes away with it and gives it back to Johnson. Drives the baseline. He goes up, missed the bank shot. Pirtle the rebound. The putback is no good. Nurk with the rebound is 9th. 8:37 to play in the fourth. Nurk up top. He traveled. He was not paying attention to his feet. He gave Simons a little head fake, like, hey, go on, go, cut. And he did not see his feet move. Yep.
He traveled.
He sure did. Damian Lillard's going to head back to the scorer's table to check in. And he's going to have to wait till the next whistle. Jones gives it up to Pirtle, top of the free throw circle. He dribbles right, hands it to Johnson. He goes up and puts it in past Nurk. Nice job by Nurk to not foul on that play, but Johnson was able to score.
And Johnson gave you a little sample size of how strong he is.
Simons on the baseline. 13 to shoot, defended by Jones. Lowers his shoulder, pulls up, fades, hits it. 26 for Ant.
Definitely has a shooting stroke back.
On the other end, here is Pirtle right to the rim, gets the easy dunk off the feed from Trey Jones. 133-111. Trailblazers lead it with 7:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Nurk, gives it up to Simons, near side, screen comes, he doesn't want it. Tightly defended by Jones, heads towards the baseline, fades away, long two, in and out. Payton pokes it up and somehow it went in. He tried to get the rebound, he knocked it up straight in the air, and he banked it in. Timeout, Spurs. 135-111, 7:36 to play in the fourth. And we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Hey, Rip City, this is Kevin Calabro of your Portland Trailblazers. Don't miss a minute of action on Root Sports Plus.
It's just trust. It's crazy that those moments just keep coming. But that's what our season is going to be about all year. It's going to be about trust. It's going to be about staying together and continuing to fight, and weathering the storms over the course of the NBA game.
Listen right here or tune in to Root Sports Plus, home of the Trailblazers. For all the ways to watch, visit trailblazers.com/watch. So tune in and root us on. Go Rip City and go Root Sports Plus.
Hear that? That's the sound of Mickey Saw saying wow. Like, Delta Dental has the nation's largest network of dentists, and they cover you all across the US. Delta Dental of Oregon. Long live Smile Power.
Rebounds are important, whether on the court or when bouncing back from an injury. As the Trailblazers team physicians, Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery keeps the Trailblazers performing at their best. And as the region's most preferred, their patients benefit from their comprehensive and personalized care. Be seen safely for all your orthopedic and neurosurgical needs today. Visit reboundmd.com or call 1-800-REBOUND to schedule an appointment. Rebound Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, the region's most preferred.
Hey, Rip City, want to be a part of all the excitement next season? Check out our 2022-23 ticket pack options.
Damian Lillard has done it again.
We have so many options. Check them all out at trailblazers.com/ticket packs today.
Blazers lead the Spurs 135-111 here in the fourth quarter. Mike Lynch here with you to take a look around the rest of the NBA scoreboard. One other game in action. The Kings lead the Grizzlies 85-82. The Kings opened the game 10 for 10 from three and hit 12 in the first quarter, but it's still a game against Memphis. All the other games have gone final. Bucks beat the Pistons 150-130. The Magic at home beat Boston 113-98. The Bulls beat the Hawks 111-100. DeMar DeRozan had 26 points for Chicago. The Rockets beat the Timberwolves behind 42 from Jalen Green, 119-114. And the Jazz beat the Hornets big 120-102. Back to Travis and Francis.
All right, Mike, thank you much. The Blazers lead the Spurs 135-111 with 7:36 to play in the fourth quarter. Damian Lillard, Yusuf Nurkic, Nasir Little, Shaedon Sharpe, and Gary Payton II are on the floor for the Blazers. The Spurs are going to bring in Keita Bates-Diop for the first time tonight. They also have Poeltl, Sohan, Keldon Johnson, and Malachi Branham. It'll be Branham, the rookie from Ohio State, bringing it up. Top of the key, bounce pass to Poeltl. Pearl in front of Nurkic, gets to the elbow. It's stolen by Sharpe and right into the hands of Branham. His jumper is short. Poeltl, the offensive board, to the corner for Keldon Johnson. That one's no good. Sharpe leaps for the rebound. That's his second tonight. 135-111. Blazers lead it by 24. Their largest lead of the game was 7:10 to play in the fourth quarter.
Blazers have done a better job challenging the corner three.
There's a steal as Payton slips. Branham throws it to the corner, and another chance for Johnson. That one's good. That's his spot. Right on cue, Francis.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was in transition. Totally different situation. 135-114 is Johnson. That's his spot. Here's a step-back three from Dame. Got it. 37 for Damian Lillard. 138-114. 6:37 to play in the period. Branham on the drive, runs it up. That bounces in and out. Rebound Nurkic, looks around and gives it to Dame. Dame has his pass deflected, and it's stolen. Now on the other end here is Poeltl. Poeltl walks it up, lays it in.
Still got to take care of the basketball. We've seen stranger things happen in a 6-minute time span.
Yes. Spurs now with 8 players in double figures. Dame gives it up. Here is Little on the drive, bounces off of Bates-Diop, throws it to the corner. There was a whistle. I was wondering why that pass was so nonchalant from GP2. I'm not hearing the whistles tonight. Who was that one on? That was on Bates-Diop. Team's third, his first. We're going to see Gorgui Dieng check in for Jakob Poeltl. And Stanley Johnson comes in. So does Isaiah Roby. Roby had the best game of his career against the Blazers last season when he dropped 30 when he played for the Thunder. Inbound to Nurk. Holds it, gives it back to Dame. Dame finds Little on the near side, looks underneath for Payton. Payton slips away from the defender. Left-hand pass out to Nurk. Wing three from Nurk on the way is off the mark. 5:55 to play in the fourth. Here's Roby bringing it up. Hands it off to Bates-Diop. Now to Gorgui Dieng in the center court circle. Fakes the pass, gives it up to Roby. Roby hesitates, puts up the jumper from 16. That is off the mark. Nurk another rebound. He's got a double-double. That was his 11th. His 16th double-double of the season to lead the Blazers. Here's Dame. Sitting on 37 to the corner. Sharpe. Ball fake. Step back. 3. No good. It was a 2. His foot was on the line. 5:26 to play in the fourth. 138-116. Bates Diop gets a screen. He's open. Three-pointer. That's no good. 4 Blazers go. 5 Blazers went for it. And now they're going to take a timeout, and I think this is when they're going to call off the Dogs. 5:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Dame has now passed Jason Terry for 7th place on the NBA's all-time three-pointers list, as he has made 7 in this game. And with 5:16 to play in the fourth and a 22-point lead, we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Hey, Rip City, this is Justice Winslow. Deck the halls with Blazers gear. La 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 la.
Rip City Clothing Company is the store for your unique Blazer style. Whether in person or online, we have something for you to rep your home team, including the latest jerseys. Come on down to Moda Center or visit RipCityClothingCompany.com today.
Get up, Rip City! Use your First Tech credit or debit card to get 10% off at Rip City Clothing Company at Moda Center.
I like to think of myself as a confident backseat driver. Mom, brakes, please.
Gotcha.
But these days, I'm less confident in the economy.
Same here, buddy.
Thankfully, Les Schwab Tires helps make sure that our safety never takes a backseat, even when we're watching our wallets. Time to turn, Mom.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back via store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/25. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
Your home of the Portland Trailblazers, KPOJ AM Portland.
Blazers leading the Spurs 138-116. 5:16 to play in the fourth quarter. Rip City families, how would you like to earn awesome Trailblazer and Nike rewards? There are just too many to name. All you need to do is join the free Rip City Kids Club presented by Nike. Plus get access to exclusive events supported by Les Schwab Tire Centers and so much more. Register today at ripcitykidsclub.com. And we'd like to welcome all of our stations listening along the Trailblazers Radio Network today, including KWDP 820 AM in Waldport, Steel Rock, and Yachat. And our flagship station in the Portland area, 620 AM, Rip City Radio, where after the game tonight, you can hear the fifth quarter show, tonight hosted by Preston Highfield. The Blazers empty their bench. They will bring in Jabari Walker, Greg Brown III, Trendon Watford, Keon Johnson, and Shaden Sharp will stay on the floor.
Greg Brown grew a beard.
He did.
Haven't seen him in a while.
Here's Johnson at the top of the key. In front of Roby, now to Walker. Walker dribbles right and hands it to Sharp. Now to Johnson. Johnson attacks, slips through to the rim. He missed the layup. He was open, but he was looking over his shoulder, and he missed it. Roby passed to the baseline. The block from behind by Wofford right to Jang, and he puts it in. Gorgie Jang's only played in 14 games this year. Playing about 11 minutes a night in his 10th year out of Louisville. 138-118 Trailblazers. Here's Walker to the baseline. Gets into the paint. Tries to back down Johnson. It was all over him. He steals it, but it goes right to Brown. Brown attacks. He steps through. The running left-hand hook, no good. Walker can't grab the offensive rebound. Pinballed around, and Jang has got it.
One thing Stanley Johnson does have is strength, and Jabari Walker just found that out.
Branham three, no good. Walker's got it. Now to Johnson. 4:13 to play in the fourth. Blazers 138, and the Spurs 118. Here's Brown with a jab step, trying to feed Trendon Watford. He does. Roby's on his back, working his way underneath. Double team. Has his pass deflected. Brown leaps for it. Now he drives, goes up and under. No good. Missed it. Roby the other way. Up top to Jang. Dribbles left. Now Bates Diop. Holds on to it. Wants to give it back to Gorgie Jang. Has his pass deflected and stolen by Shaden Sharp. He'll slow it down with 3:35 to play. 20-point Trailblazers lead.
And this group needs to understand they need to play because they've been in this position twice. And Chauncey one time had to call a timeout, another time had to bring the starters back in. So they really need to come out and execute and finish the game.
Watford is tripped up on the drive.
Spurs foul number 22.
He's going to get a couple of free throws as Malachi Branham picks up the personal foul. His first, team's fourth.
Brandon Watford, 2 shots.
Blazers lead it by 20. Watford shooting 78% from the line, misses the first free throw. The most points the Blazers have scored in a game this season is 140. That came 8 days ago against the Dallas Mavericks. That was after they put up a then season high 136 the night before. They now have 139 after Watford splits the free throw. 139-118. Defense been much better in the second half. Chang out on the perimeter. Watford's all over him. Looks for a cutter, but it's stolen as Johnson jumped the passing lane. Dribbles across center court. Johnson drives, gives it up to Watford. Slips through left hand, good. Season high 141 for the Blazers.
Like the activity that time on the defensive end. Great job by Johnson to come across on the weak side and get that steal.
Here's Roby up top with 2:50 to play. To the elbow. Now to Jang. Jang with the ball fake. Gives it back to the corner for Branham. Gets the defender Walker to jump. He runs it up and puts it in. Malachi Branham has 7.
Branham's been impressive tonight. He can score. He's going to be a good player in this league, I think.
He's a 40% three-point shooter in college. He was the 22nd pick in the draft, or the 20th pick in the draft for the Spurs. Sharp out on the wing. He crosses over, slips through. He just lost the handle on it. 9th Blazers turnover. Here is Roby. And he's fouled by Johnson.
Yeah, a lot of people were surprised when Branham went that high at 20 because C.J. Liddell for Ohio State was one everyone was focused on. Branham had a good year at Ohio State, so when they picked him, you know, the Spurs have been good, though, about finding guys at the bottom of the draft and developing them.
Roby's free throw is good. Branham was the state of Ohio Mr. Basketball in 2021, and he attended a high school, St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron. Ever heard of it?
I think I have heard of that place.
Second free throw, no good, but an offensive rebound. Here's the drive by Roby, and he's going to be fouled again, so he'll go back to the line. If you're not familiar with that school, that is where LeBron James attended high school.
There were a few jerseys in the building last night that I saw.
That was the old, oversized shoulder jerseys.
Yep.
Everything was loose fitting back then. The free throw from Roby is no good. Roby's high school, Dixon High School in Illinois, if we're talking about alma maters. That's the high school that Ronald Reagan went to. Free throw is no good. Missed them both. Watford the rebound. They'll bring it up. Step and a drive to the rim. Banks it in, and the Blazers with 143 points have the second most points they have scored this century. 157 to play in the fourth. It's 143-121. Here's Bates Diop on the drive. Gives it up to Branham. He slips through and banks it in. Branham now with 9. 20-point Trailblazers lead. 145 to play in the fourth quarter. Johnson crosses, loses the handle on it. There's another turnover, but he gets it back. Watford out of Sharp with 12 to shoot. Sharp dribbles left back to Watford. Watford with a jab step and another. Now he drives, gets to the rim, throws it into traffic. He's fouled. And it'll be free throws coming. 129 to play. That was on Keita Bates Diop. Another Ohio State Buckeye. Now Watford will go to the line here to shoot 2 free throws. The most points the Blazers have scored since, we'll call it the turn of the century, although when I hear that, I think of the 1900s. The first free throw was good. They put up 148 points against the Brooklyn Nets on March 25th of 2019. If you know what that date means, or if you don't know what that date means for the Blazers, I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to go back there. Second free throw is no good. It's 144-123, and a foul is called underneath on Greg Brown III.
His second. First in the last 2 minutes.
There's no free throws. The Blazers had a foul to give. That was an overtime game that the Blazers beat the Nets. This will not be an overtime game. 1:20 to play in the fourth. Branham on the wing. Dribbles to the top of the key. He drives and kicks out to the wings for Roby. He penetrates back to the corner for Branham. He gets it back underneath for Roby. Turns, ducks, 3 defenders, banks it in. A nice move there for Isaiah Roby. Spurs have 8 players in double figures, and Branham has 9. That is balance. They've put up a lot of points. But as the lowest rated defensive team in the league, they have not defended tonight. Here's Johnson. He stops, turns, ducks. Throws it back out up top for Watford, 7 to shoot. Back to Johnson. Johnson steps back, fades away. 3-pointer is good. Keon Johnson with his first point tonight. 147-125. Now Jang with it at the top of the key. Into the corner for Bates Diop. John Butler Jr. in the game for the first time tonight. And a foul is going to be called on Butler as he was backpedaling. And that's going to be free throws for San Antonio. Butler playing in just his 5th career NBA game. Only played 18 minutes in his very young career. Bates Diop free throw is good. If you look at the totals for defense tonight for the Blazers, they're not going to be pretty. Second free throw is in. But the second half totals is a completely different story from what we saw in the first. The Spurs have scored 53 points in the second half after 74 in the first. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Johnson holds on to the ball. Holds it away from Branham. Now he dribbles left. Johnson backs it up with 6 to shoot. Gives it up to Watford with 4. And he's probably going to take the turnover here. There we go. He does. With 7.2 seconds left. So the Blazers score the most points in regulation that they have since 1992, when they put up 147 against the Kings. Inbound to Gorgui Dieng. He's going to put up a 3-pointer. It's an air ball, and the Blazers are going to have to inbound it with 2.1 left. The officials keeping everybody on the floor. Watford inbounds at the Keon Johnson. He dribbles out the final 2 seconds, and it's a Rip City winner. An impressive offensive display by the Portland Trailblazers as they dismantle the San Antonio Spurs 147-127. They put up 74 in the first half. They put up 73 in the second half, and they win this one by 20. They snap the 3-game skid, and they improved to 22-25 and 12-10 at home. And they now have a 3-0 series lead in the season series against the Spurs. San Antonio drops to 14-33 and 5-16 on the road. These two teams will play each other one more time this season. That'll be on April 6th in Austin, Texas. The one game that the Spurs will play on the campus of the University of Texas this season. The Blazers huddle at center court. They shoot almost 60% from the floor in this game. They do shoot 60% from 3. They match a season high with 34 assists. They set a season high by far with 147 points. And as I mentioned, the second most they have scored this century by 1. And the most they have scored in regulation since February 2nd, 1992. As Hassan gathers, is trying to find someone to track down for us to put the headset on and give us a post-game interview.
Looks like it's going to be Shaedon Sharpe.
Yes, it is. Shaedon Sharpe joining us post-game. First time we've had you on, Shaedon. Congratulations on the win. Is the headset not on yet? There we go. Okay. There we go. Now he's got the headset on. Shaedon Sharpe with us here post-game. Shaedon, congratulations on the win, man. You guys needed this one, and just to get the offensive output that you guys did, how much of a flow did it put you back in?
It was good. All we got to do is, attack the paint, get our teammates involved and everything. It started with energy. So once we got the energy, we was rolling. So
For you guys, losing 3 straight and the struggles that you've had, trying to turn that corner, just what does a win like this with the way that you guys shot, how much confidence does it give you now going forward as you try and turn things around?
Oh, it gives us a lot of confidence just going into games, knowing that, we got a win under our belt, but we just got to keep rolling.
They put a lot of pressure on you offensively. That's what they do. In the second half, things turned a little bit defensively for you, and you were able to get a bunch of stops in that big run in the third quarter. What changed defensively to force those stops?
Just our intensity. Really just the intensity, just locking in on defense, knowing our sets and what they're doing, and really locking in.
You got some veteran leadership around you, Dame, Grant, Nurkic, Hart, your coach, Chauncey Billups. Having those guys around you for you at this young stage of your career, how much is that helping your development?
It helps me a lot because, they just, helping me throughout the way. I'm new to the league, so just knowing, where I got to be, what I got to do at all times, it helps a lot.
Well, we appreciate you, Shaedon. Thanks so much for the time. We'll see you in a couple of days.
Thank you.
All right, the Blazers get the win over the Spurs, 147-127 here at Moda Center. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Hey, Rip City, this is Jeremy Grant. Want tickets to our next home game? This is a matchup you won't want to miss.
Now Dame to Simons in the drive, bounce pass to Grant, slips through and hammers it down to tie the game. 52 apiece with 2 minutes to play in the half.
Oh, this sounds exciting now. Rip City, get ready to root on your Blazers when the Utah Jazz come to town on Wednesday, January 25th. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at trailblazers.com.
See you at the game, and go Blazers.
This is Damian Lillard of your Trailblazers. I believe.
Southern Pediatric Therapy, they provide every patient and family a loving environment that promotes learning and development through play. If you have concerns about your child's development, talk to your pediatrician or give Southern Pediatric Therapy a call at 662-469-2906 or visit their website at www.southernpediatrictherapy.com. Congratulations to Southern Pediatric Therapy on recently being voted DeSoto County's best pediatric therapy clinic. 662-469-2906 or visit their website at www.southernpediatrictherapy.com.
9:12 to play. Grizzlies down 109-96. Don't miss Rise and Grind with Jessica Benson. Weekdays starting at 8 on Grind City Media. YouTube, fresh, fun, energetic, a show full of double shots of the morning vibes to catch you up on the latest in sports, entertainment, pop culture, everything Memphis. Rise and Grind. Anytime, visit grindcitymedia.com, Grind City Media on YouTube, plus subscribe and listen daily on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Gary?
Thank you very much, Gary. 109-96. Grizzlies have cut it to 7, and just like
to the lane. They've got a lot of really top-tier finishers who can finish against contact on fast breaks. So just implementing that a little bit.
Not coming out running anything.
Maybe run out of gas.
That's what I was going to say. You see fatigue taking, it's mental fatigue and it's physical fatigue at this point.
Jackson wins the tap. Out to Jones. Open look at a three. No good. Came up short. Sabonis grabs his 10th rebound. He's a bucket away from a triple-double. And the Kings are on their way to splitting the season series with the Grizzlies. Up by 19 with 6.5 minutes remaining. Monk in between the circles around a screen from Sabonis. Monk bounces to Sabonis. It's a triple-double for Domantas Sabonis.
That's the timeout
and
right
Taylor
there.
Jenkins going to use his last timeout. 1:17:96. We'll take a quick timeout on the Memphis Grizzlies Radio Network.
But I thought, obviously, in the first half, you're giving up 74, whatever it was, points. But I knew, like, what we did tonight is really, really hard to do, man. You know, in my experience, just being around, losing a game like we lost last night, it usually has a lasting impact on you. And I'm really proud of my guys for being able to put it aside, you know, and just move on and just worry about the Spurs. It's really, really hard to do. And I'm really proud of my dudes for being able to have the mental fortitude to do so.
Chauncey, in a game like this, you get the win, chasing being better each night. Do you feel like they play with the requisite level of aggressiveness and physicality, the stuff that you've kind of been harping on to them in practice over the last few weeks?
No, I don't really feel that way. Like I said, it's really hard to do. It was a back-to-back for us. And the one thing about the Spurs, they're very disciplined, and they play really, really fast. And a lot of shots that they got against us tonight, they get against everybody. And so even if we had won that game by 20 last night, this was going to be a tough game. So me as the coach, I got to understand the reality of what it is, who we're playing against, and what, you know, what's going on. No, I'm not. Was I a little disappointed that we weren't able to put 3 stops in a row together a couple times in the first half? Sure was. But I also got to understand that these guys, our guys, they played last night. Most of my starters played heavy minutes last night. So I got to account for that as well, you know. So, no, I don't feel that way.
What did you think about Nurk's performance tonight, particularly? It seemed like he had a rough time.
Who's? I'm sorry. Oh. Yeah, Nurk was really good. You know, we tried to force it into the pocket knowing that they were going to kind of be at the level on the pick and rolls. And we said, Nurk, when you get it, you got to just be aggressive, man. And I thought he did a good job. He finished great around the rim tonight. And I thought defensively, you know, he was hot and cold a little bit. But for the most part, you know, I was happy with Nurk's performance.
With Ant struggling the last couple of weeks, probably more so than most guys in the starting group, are you not accepting where he's kind of at right now, but do you think he's on the right track with his aggressiveness and leading kind of that second unit?
I think he is. I think he is on the right track. You know, he's had some ups and downs this year, which is something that we knew would happen. His role is totally different than it was last year, and he's playing alongside his big brother, you know, and it's not easy to pick your spots as well as one would think. And he's also, you know, playing 2 different positions, which is also hard. You know, he starts the game playing the 2, spends a lot of the minutes running the unit, playing the one. Those are a lot of times two different mindsets. And that's a lot to take on for a young guy who is really very inexperienced in this league. So I'm happy with where Ant's at. And, per our conversations, we know where he needs to go. And we talk about how we can get there.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
All right, there is Chauncey Billups. Let's finish up the McDonald's game summary. To the bench was Shaden Sharp with 19 points tonight, one shy of his career high. He also had 3 rebounds and a steal, 10 points for Nasir Little, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. 7 points for Drew Eubanks. He also had 4 rebounds, 1 blocked shot, and 1 assist. 6 points for Trendon Watford. Gary Payton II with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals tonight. Keon Johnson with 3 points. Greg Brown III, Jabari Walker, John Butler did not score. The Blazers shot just under 60% tonight, 55 of 92. They were over 60% from 3, 20 of 33, 17 of 22 from the free throw line, 36 rebounds, 8 on the offensive glass, 34 assists, matching a season high, 11 turnovers, leading to 17 points for San Antonio. Points in the paint tonight went to the Blazers 62-54. Second chance points to the Spurs 8-6. Fast break points to the Blazers 24-6. There were 13 ties. There were 13 lead changes. 2 technical fouls in this game. Josh Hart had one late in the second. Stanley Johnson had one late in the third. The game took a neat and tidy 2 hours and 6 minutes in front of 17,874 fans. Your locally owned and operated McDonald's, proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. Rip City, the excitement of the season continues to build. And now is the time to become a Trailblazers season ticket holder. Get the best seats, best value, and best benefits with flexible payment options. Call 844-RIP-CITY for details or visit trailblazers.com/season tickets now. The Blazers beat the Spurs 147-127. We'll take a timeout. Mike will have the highlights for you coming up next on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Hey, Rip City, this is Kevin Calabro of your Portland Trailblazers. Don't miss a minute of action on Root Sports Plus.
It's just trust. It's crazy that those moments just keep coming. But that's what our season is going to be about all year. It's going to be about trust. It's going to be about staying together and continuing to fight, and weathering the storms over the course of the NBA game.
Listen right here or tune in to Root Sports Plus, home of the Trailblazers. For all the ways to watch, visit trailblazers.com/watch. So tune in and root us on. Go Rip City and go Root Sports Plus.
Honey Bucket Clean Portable Restrooms, Oregon's winning shot for portable sanitation. Providing quality units of all types is just part of the Honey Bucket game plan. They also respond quickly, work safely, and have unmatched customer support. So whatever league you play in, construction, agriculture, or special events, let the pros at Honey Bucket give you an assist. Guaranteed clean restrooms, great service, and competitive prices. Make Honey Bucket part of your team by calling 800-966-2371.
Your home of the Portland Trailblazers, KPOJ AM Portland.
You're listening to the Trailblazers postgame show on the Trailblazers Radio Network.
Los Angeles Azules, the 6-sibling Mexican cumbia troupe that found international success after 40 years together, is launching its biggest U.S. tour to date and is making its stop in Portland on March 19th. Get ready to dance along to all your favorite songs live at Veterans Memorial Coliseum at the De Iztapalapa Para El Mundo Tour. Get your tickets now at rosequarter.com. Welcome back into the post-game show. Blazers wrapped up a big 147-127 win over the Spurs to snap their 3-game losing streak. Let's take a listen to tonight's post-game highlights brought to you by McDonald's McDelivery. We'll begin in the third quarter when Nurk made it 86-82.
Here's a pass from Dame to Nurk. Nurk, the running hook is good. Everything's falling for Yusuf Nurkic. He is 9 of 12 in the game for 23 points. 86-82. Trailblazers lead.
Maybe one of the smoothest offensive plays we've seen from Yusuf Nurkic all season. Maybe even in his Blazers career. It was really, really pretty. After that, the Blazers opened up a much bigger lead, and it was capped by the Shaden Sharp dunk.
Hart looks up court with a hop step, takes it across. Hart, the lob to Sharp, and he flies through the air to hammer it in.
There's a great picture on social media that the Blazers posted on Twitter of Shaden Sharp up in the air for that dunk, and Keldon Johnson is looking at him, jaw on the floor, mouth open, eyes fully wide, like, oh my God. And it's just like all of us watching Shaden Sharp was Keldon Johnson in that moment. Also in the third quarter, Dame got hot from deep.
Dame up to the wing in front of Richardson. Top of the key. Slows the ball down. He steps back from the logo. Got it! Damian Lillard from way downtown. 31 for Dame. 111.97.
It was good to see Dame hit a couple of those deep threes. He has not been quite as surefire in that shot so far this season. Shaden Sharp had a great game today and hit a 3 in the third.
Tapped out by Eubanks, tracked down by Jeremy Grant. The pass into the corner is Sharp. Fadeaway 3. Buries it. Shaden Sharp. 17 for Sharp. 116.97.
Moving into the fourth quarter, the Blazers kept most of their guys out there about halfway through, including Shaden Sharp, who hit this 3.
Payton with some nifty dribbling, pulls away. Now he bounces up to Sharp to the rim. Yes! 19 for Shaden Sharp. 131-107.
And then the back end of the bench guys came in, and Trendon Watford hit this shot to give the Blazers the second most points they've scored this century.
Watford the rebound. He'll bring it up. Step and a drive to the rim. Banks it in, and the Blazers with 143 points have the second most points they have scored this century.
And there's your post-game highlights brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. We got more post-game show coming up next. This is the Trailblazers Radio Network.
And, it was just a good moment, good feeling, good vibes tonight. And we needed that in Rip City.
Absolutely. Good vibes are back. Always some good vibes with you, Ken. Thanks for the call, man.
Thanks, Preston. Thanks, Chris. Bye.
All right, there we go. That's Ken in Vancouver. Dude always has a super positive outlook on the Blazers, and I love to hear about that. Let's go to Dan in Beaverton. We got the phone lines pretty hot right now. Dan, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Doing well, especially after watching Portland bounce back from what happened last night. Blazers winning by 20 tonight.
Yeah, when the Blazers do what they did last night, I don't call in. I'm just not in the mood to talk about a Blazers loss. You know what I mean?
No one is. You're not alone.
But I did want to pay my respects to Bill Schonely because I grew up with the Shawns, and he was an instrumental part of my Blazer experience early on. And was Chad there last night?
So Chad will be back tomorrow. But no, it was Chris and myself yesterday and today, and Chris and Dwight on the Drive Time show today.
So you kind of fielded a lot of Sean Lee calls in the fifth quarter last night.
Yeah, we did. We had we had a couple of guests on yesterday on game day, Calavero and Kerry Eggers and some people who are kind of close with him over the years. So we kind of got the guest perspective as well. But give me a story or a tribute to the Shawns if you want.
Well, that's not what I was calling about. I was calling about your tape of Bill Walton comparing Dame Lillard to the Grateful Dead.
Okay, there we go. Connected with someone. What do you got?
I'm a deadhead. You know what that means, don't you?
That you enjoyed yourself at some of those concerts?
Yeah, I took my share of LSD, right?
There we go. I would imagine so. I think that's kind of what the vibe is at those concerts. I've never been, but I'll take your word for it.
Hey, man, there is nothing like the Grateful Dead concert. And, Bill Walton would tell you the same thing, and I'm sure he's taken his share of LSD. But I doubt that Dame has ever taken it. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'd like to hear his story about, what Dame's experience. I don't think Dame does drugs.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not on the level that Bill Walton does. That's for sure. Have you ever taken LSD while watching Dame?
No, I haven't actually. Okay. I haven't even smoked any pot for 30 years.
Oh,
to get that clean sober. I'm in a 12-step program. I haven't had a drink or smoked any pot for 30 years, and that's what turned me around. I'd probably be dead by now if it was now. I'm 67 years old and lucky to be alive, but I've seen my share of Blazer games, and I've listened to enough of Sean Lee to know that it's a great thing for this city, the Trailblazers, and I appreciate you guys continuing on with the tradition.
There we go. Appreciate the call, Dan. Appreciate it very much. All right, that's Dan in Beaverton. I like that. See, I thought that throw it down with Bill Walton would connect with someone. I mean, he's such a figure who people enjoy connecting with, especially here in the PNW and here in the city of Portland, of course. Bill Walton, man. Bill Walton, and I love that he debuted that show for a Blazer game. It looked like they basically took the root feed and it was Bill talking over it. That was pretty cool. I'd encourage people to look it up on Twitter or wherever else. All right, hey, let's keep it going. Let's go out to Crazy Tom, my guy. I know you were calling a lot today. I was producing earlier. We couldn't quite get to you, so I'm glad you called back. What's on your mind, Tom?
Hey, Preston. Thanks. Yeah, it was a good win. What I wanted to say though is that you said something about that this is one of the worst Blazers, or last night's game against the Lakers was one of the worst collapses. And there's probably in like the top probably 4, but there was another Laker game where we lost game 6, I believe it was. We were up by 16 against the Lakers.
That would be game 7.
Okay, barely 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they came back and beat us. So that's got to be up there. And then there's another game against Dallas about 8 or so years ago. We were up by 40 against Dallas, and they came back. It went into overtime, and they beat us. So that's got to be up there. It's just a huge collapse too. But anyway. The Blazers won. It's sweet. Nurkic and Dame and everybody pitching in, and we finally had like over 40 points off the bench. Another thing I wanted to say too is that with Bill Schonely not around anymore, he was one of probably only 3 people that knew what the phrase Steve Snapper Jones meant. Steve Snapper Jones knew it. Bill Schonely knew it. And nobody has ever been able to figure it out, and they've never told anybody. So if you could talk to Chad or, talk to someone and see if that secret, can be explained, because, there's all kinds of ideas out there, but so that's one thing about, that was Bill Schonely. That's always been a coveted secret about why he was called Snapper. No one could ever figure it out. So anyway, thanks for taking my call. Great win. Good night, everybody.
There we go. There is Tom calling in. And I got to tell you, Tom is a loyal friend of the station. He is a loyal caller. And when I mean loyal, I mean he will call nonstop until he gets on. And I respect that. I respect that about Tom. All right, let's go one more call before we go to break. We're pretty hot here. Let's go to the Preacher. Let's bring him in. Blazers win 147-127. Hey, Preacher, how's it going?
Yo, man, that guy, he sounds like Otto from The Simpsons, right? From Springfield, the bus driver?
Yeah, that's a good reference.
I mean,
Party hardy equals tardy.
I love him. Yeah, he is so fun. Oh man, Sean, you know what? I know the phones are hot, and you're getting into that like segue, but let me tell you this: in the '90s, I was growing up literally in my room by myself, and there was a hoop, and it was a Nerf hoop, and I would listen to the AM radio, and guess who was on with all the jazz of the world? It was the Shawns. he made me a Blazer fan in so many moments that I couldn't even see the TV. So God bless John Curry as well. But with Sean's, it was like I didn't see anything except just hear it and just shoot at this hoop. I had probably the meanest pivot in the suburban hood. You know, I'm not gonna lie, right? I mean, with listening to Sean's moment by moment for an hour after hour, it just became like this. I can't tell the best bedtime story one could listen to at this point. And what you guys do for AM radio and what you guys are accomplishing, man, all I can say about last night's game, and I'll end it at this, is it was nasty.
Appreciate it, Preacher. I love it, man. I love hearing about people who grew up with Sean's, because I didn't, right? I mean, I've listened to Sean's a lot over the years. I've YouTubed his calls. I've met him a couple times in person, him and Harry Glickman, and really a lot of the OG Blazers. But it's always fun to hear that kind of direct story of I grew up listening to Sean's at this moment. So I definitely appreciate that call. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to come back here on the fifth quarter. We still have our elements to get to, our drive of the night, our shot of the night. You'll hear from Chauncey Billups and Damian Lillard as well. Blazers back in the winning column, 147-127 over the Spurs. We'll be back in a moment. You got the fifth quarter on your home of the Blazers, 620 Rip City Radio.
If you just got out of the military and you're not sure what to do as a career, call the folks at the Independent Electrical Contractors, Gulf Coast, 713-869-1976. They can show you how to get started in a real career that has a big, big future. Or if you're in between jobs or you're in a dead-end job, 713-869-1976. The Independent Electrical Contractors Association, Gulf Coast, 713-869-1976.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of an LG wash tower with ultra-large capacity, serving up a powerful yet gentle clean in just 29 minutes. Making this the sound of savings on the best appliance brands. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Shop final days to get an LG wash tower now up to 25% off. Pricing valid January 5th through January 25th, 2023. Gas Dryer Extra. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
My trainer is Michael Petru. Petru, Petru, InHomeFitness.com. He comes to you. I do it in my garage. I get up early in the morning. He's waiting outside my garage. Open the door. He comes in. That way you don't have to go to a gym, pay a gym membership, be around other people, and waste your time. If you're older, he wants to help you increase your mobility so you don't fall and break your hip. You're never too old to be stronger and feel better and avoid accidents and injuries. 281-844-1591. PetruInHomeFitness.com.
The friendship is sharing deal. Because I want one of your McNuggets.
And I need some of your Quarter Pounder.
There's a deal for everyone at McDonald's. Get one favorite like 10-piece chicken McNuggets, a Quarter Pounder, or a Big Mac and get another for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Welcome to the new Steel South Loop Hyundai. We would like you to come visit us and check out our massive inventory selection of new Tucsons, Palisades, Elantras, and even our new hybrid models. Don't overpay when you can get a great deal with Steel. We offer fair pricing and care about your experience from start to finish. Did I mention that we offer 5 years of maintenance on new models? Visit us in person or online at SteelSouthLoopHyundai.com. That's SteelSouthLoopHyundai.com.
The good folks at Texas Star Propane provide propane and propane accessories. No, I'm not kidding. They really do. They love to take care of first responders. They love to take care of our veterans. They are the featured propane company at Republic Grand Ranch and Texas Grand Ranch, and they are ready to take care, whether it's your above ground tank, whatever you need in propane. Texas Star Propane. Better customer service. 281-259-2162. 281-259-2162.
Metallica in the round. M72 World Tour. Live from the 50-yard line of AT&T Stadium. Metallica. 2 nights, 2 different sets. Friday, August 18th with Pantera and Mammoth WVH. And Sunday, August 20th with Five Finger Death Punch and Ice Nine Kills. Get access to preferred tickets with your City Card. Single-day tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Metallica. Presented by Blackened American Whiskey and Liquid Death.
Champagne pouring over us.
We're listening to the fifth quarter, hosted by Chad Dewing. Dial 503-248-0620 if you'd like to get on the air. The fifth quarter is presented by Coors Light, keeping Portland chill.
Welcome back to the fifth quarter. Preston Highfield and Chris Burkhart with you. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620. Hey, big shout out to all of our homies on YouTube as well. I was just looking through the comments. I got a lot going on back here. I'm looking at the phones. I'm looking at Twitter. I'm looking at my stats. I sometimes I forget to check out YouTube, but I'm looking at YouTube now, and we got a lot of comments in here, Chris. I know you're just talking to him during the break, so
gotta love the YouTube. YouTube's wonderful.
I love it. All right, we'll get to the YouTube comments in a second here, but before we do that, it is time for our drive of the night.
It's time for the Portland Trailblazers Drive of the Night, here on the fifth quarter, hosted by Chad Dewing, 620 Rip City Radio. Drive of the Night is brought to you by Dick's Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Wilsonville, ready to compete with the lowest prices in town.
Throws it out to the wing for Sohan. Drives on Simon. Stop, steps through. Might have gotten away with the travel. Doesn't matter. He missed it. Nurk comes away with it. Dame now with the long feed to Hart to the rim. Yes! A beautiful pass from Damian Lillard.
Good look ahead by Dame. Way to run the floor hard for Josh Hart.
There we go. So Josh Hart getting it done. Josh Hart 4-5 from the field tonight. 9 points, 26 minutes. Awesome win for the Blazers. 147-127. They get the sour taste of the Lakers collapse out of their mouth and snap a 3-game losing streak. By the way, Portland at home against Utah on Wednesday, at home against Toronto on Saturday, and at home against Atlanta on Monday before flying out for a 3-game roadie. So still, this is part of a long home stretch, 10 home games in 11 games, and the Blazers will be back at home for the next 3 and back in their beds for the next week or so until they head back out. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620 is our telephone number. Feel free to call in. Preston Highfield and Chris Burkhart in here with you. Chris, let's bring you in, my man. What do you think of the game tonight and the Blazers putting up nearly 150?
As I tweeted, this date will go down in infamy. January 23rd, 2023, the night that 2 professional basketball teams played 0 defense in the city of Portland.
Could you have gotten a bucket out there tonight?
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
And I'm not familiar with your game, as the great Shaquille O'Neal would say.
Huck it and chuck it. Pray for the best.
Okay.
I would have got at least 1. I would have drove to the basket. I would have acted well enough to get a foul. I would have at least got a free throw.
Understood. At least a free throw. So you're drawing fouls. You're getting in there amongst the trees and just kind of,
we'll see.
You have a muscular build. You're like me. You're not the tallest guy, but you have a muscular build. I could see you kind of bullying your way in the lane.
I would try. Yeah. Just, like I said, just act a little bit. You're playing the Spurs. They had one of the greatest actors of all time, Manu Ginobili, right? Like take a page out of his book, hit a free throw, just start chucking them up. I'm confident Average Joe could have hit at least 1 shot against this defense. Could Average Joe really score against an NBA defense? No, of course not, guys. Don't come at me like I'm, you're an idiot, Burkhart. There's no way you're 5'8" and overweight. You couldn't do it. Yeah, I know how it works, but it's just a metaphor for how bad the defense was tonight.
Let's hear it on YouTube from our homies out there. I see Ken, I see Jake, Nick, some other folks. Could you have gotten a bucket tonight against this Spurs defense? Not to take away from what the Blazers starters did, which was 119 points in 3 quarters, which, if you didn't catch me off the top of the show, is the most in the history of this proud franchise that has been around since the 70s. That was the most amount of points through 3 quarters. Speaking of buckets, let's get to our other element, our shot of the night.
It's time for the Nothing But Net Shot of the Night, here on the fifth quarter, 620 Rip City Radio. The Nothing But Net Shot of the Night is brought to you by Oregon Dungeness Crab. Sustainably harvested, uniquely delicious, and always wild. Oregon Dungeness Crab always sounds good for dinner.
Came up to the wing in front of Richardson. Top of the key. Slows the ball down. He steps back from the logo. Got it! Damian Lillard from way downtown. 31 for Dame. 111.97.
Dame Dollar getting loose tonight. He'd been in a little bit of a shooting slump, but like all great shooters, they find a way to get out of that slump, and he certainly did that tonight. And, more than just hitting 7 of 11 threes tonight. And by the way, he did pass Jason Terry to move to 7th all-time in the history of the NBA in made three-pointers tonight. So more totals for Dame, more history, as his career is far from over as well. Going to be awesome to kind of track that. He'll eventually pass some other players as well. Steph Curry currently first all-time with over 3,200 three-pointers. Dame a little over 2,200.
Shocking how good Curry is.
That's a bad man. That is a bad man. Over 3,200 three-pointers for his career. It's
so interesting, Preston, how the game has changed and how he's 3-point centric, and how he's arguably, regardless of the 3-pointer being such a important part of today's game, like he's the greatest shooter of all time, like at least in my opinion. What I think is interesting though is when you talk about, like you and I have our debates between like LeBrons and Jordans and stuff. I think it'd be so interesting if you could create some sort of time machine to see that, because like you would never know how guys like Jordan or Isaiah Thomas or Magic would fare in this era and vice versa. But the best of the best would find ways to be good. So like how good would MJ be if he were taking 6, 7, 8 3-pointers a game? And how good would LeBron be back in the day where he could really use his size down low in a game that was a little more inside centric? Like, I'm not saying like, oh, the old guys could succeed today. They could, but I think there's a lot of guys like a Curry, a Dame, and a LeBron who could succeed back in the old day as well. So it'd be really cool if there was a way you could do it. Unfortunately, we can't, so we have to debate it all the time, right? But the way the game changes is so insane to me.
Yeah.
Like you think about the old days, right? Oh, they didn't have a 3-point shot. They didn't score as much. Well, then they go to the stat of the night for the Blazers. Like, oh, they scored 140 points. That's the most points they've scored in a game since 1992. And you go back to like Clyde's era, they were putting up points without a 3-point shot. Just how much different the game was. Pace was crazy. You think guys like LeBron could survive in an era of pace? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. It's a good point. The best of the best would find a way no matter what. I think LeBron's game is probably actually better suited for a more physical era because he's gotten a better jump shot but remember the first 7 or so years of the league, his 3-point shot was not good.
Yeah.
He just wasn't a good shooter. It's not natural for him. I mean, he's turned into a quality 3-point shooter who you definitely don't leave open. But I'm with you. That's why you play blacktop mode on NBA 2K and you go legends and you put MJ, you put Scotty, you put LeBron, you put Steph. Dude, playing with Steph in a video game it's like unbelievable because he's a 99 shooter. He doesn't miss from 3.
Yeah.
Like even with a hand in his face, he doesn't miss.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm a big player of NBA 2K. And the first thing I do when I play, you're not supposed to, but the first thing I do in there is I go and I jack up Damian Lillard's 3-point shooting stats because it irritates me that like he isn't like Hall of Fame when it comes to like limitless range or whatever. I'm like, no, the guy hits jump shots from half court, dude. He should be up there with Steph Curry. Come on, darn it.
Yeah. Dude, exactly. I think I saw an article the other day about how Steph Curry broke NBA 2K because they didn't know what to do because they had to put him as a 99 on 3-point shooting, but it's just unfair. But it's true. That's why I love playing those Legends modes, getting Wilt out there and getting some of the other all-timers from back then. I play with Clyde on the all-time Blazers list. I go Dame. Who do I go? I probably go Dame, Scotty, even though he wasn't here for very long. He's on there. Probably go Dame, Scotty, and maybe
for all-time what?
All-time Blazers legends.
Oh, all-time
on blacktop mode on 2K.
Okay.
Like if you can go because it's usually 3-on-3.
Okay.
So I would go. Who would I go? I would probably go Dame, Clyde, and Bill, or Dame, Scotty, and Bill. I think just to kind of have some balance. It's usually who I would trot out there.
Okay.
But you can obviously put Clyde out there. Some other greats.
Okay, that's fair.
But yeah,
I'd mix it up just for the heck of it. If you could just have any Blazer, like I'm gonna go guys who are just gonna go
Steve Blake,
go ham on the blacktop. Yeah, a guy like give me Theo Ratliff to lock down the paint. Give me prime Theo though, right? And then give me Mighty Mouse because that just Damon Stoudemire. Mighty Mouse is a blacktop name, right?
Yeah.
Remember an and one was a thing. You got like Hot Sauce, Skip to My Lou, Mighty Mouse. It just fits. And then give me someone like Steve Smith because I feel like if push came to shove,
yeah,
he could go ham on the blacktop.
I like it. Blacktop's a different game. It's a different game. We need to play video games sometimes, Chris.
Yes.
We'll do it.
Yes, we do.
We'll grab some food and play some video games sometimes. All right, let's take a break. 503-248-0620. 503-248-0620. Your Portland Trailblazers victorious tonight, 147-127 over the San Antonio Spurs. Blazers now 12-10 at home this year. Gotta love that. 22-25 overall on the young season, although it's approaching the halfway point. We're basically at the halfway point with the trade deadline coming up in a matter of weeks. We're taking your calls. We're taking your tweets. We're taking your YouTube comments. We're chatting. We're having a fun time. Always fun to talk after a Blazers victory. More in the fifth quarter after this on your home of the Portland Trailblazers, 620 Rip City Radio.
When I was on city council 20 years ago, I used to go and speak to the Independent Electrical Contractors Association because I love this group. They're guys that make it happen. These are the non-union, the merit-based independent electrical contractors. Since then, they've really focused on building the industry, the profession, the community, and encouraging young people to get into this. A, so they have employees today. B, so we have companies in the future. 713-869-1976.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about that sound? You're listening to a set of GE appliances, complete with all you need to keep food fresh, dishes clean, and everything else stress-free. Making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days to get up to 25% off select GE appliances. Ends January 25th. Offer valid January 5th through January 25th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
The friendship is sharing deal.
Because I want one of your McNuggets. And I need some of your Quarter Pounder.
There's a deal for everyone at McDonald's. Get one favorite like 10-piece chicken McNuggets, a Quarter Pounder, or a Big Mac and get another for just $1. Price and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
My trainer is Michael Petru. Petru, Petru, InHomeFitness.com. He comes to you. I do it in my garage. I get up early in the morning. He's waiting outside my garage. Open the door. He comes in. That way you don't have to go to a gym, pay a gym membership, be around other people, and waste your time. If you're older, he wants to help you increase your mobility so you don't fall and break your hip. You're never too old to be stronger and feel better and avoid accidents and injuries. 281-844-1591. PetruInHomeFitness.com.
Welcome to the new Steel South Loop Hyundai. We would like you to come visit us and check out our massive inventory selection of new Tucsons, Palisades, Elantras, and even our new hybrid models. Don't overpay when you can get a great deal with Steel. We offer fair pricing and care about your experience from start to finish. Did I mention that we offer 5 years of maintenance on new models? Visit us in person or online at SteelSouthLoopHyundai.com. That's SteelSouthLoopHyundai.com.
Metallica in the round. M72 World Tour. Live from the 50-yard line of AT&T Stadium. Metallica. 2 nights, 2 different sets. Friday, August 18th with Pantera and Mammoth WVH. And Sunday, August 20th with Five Finger Death Punch and Ice Nine Kills. Get access to preferred tickets with your City Card. Single-day tickets on sale now at LiveNation.com. Metallica. Presented by Blackened American Whiskey and Liquid Death.
Being gifty, my calendar can be a chaotic place. 3 birthdays and my anniversary all in the next month. That's why I use Celebrations Passport from the 1-800-Flowers family of brands. Celebrations Passport gives me free shipping on thousands of amazing gifts. And the more gifts I give, the more perks and rewards I earn. Giving is easy with Celebrations Passport. Learn more at 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/iHeart.
Fifth quarter poster play of the night is brought to you by Collection Connection, the leaders in framing sports memorabilia, team awards, and so much more. Collection Connection offers you a one-stop, full-service framing experience. Find them online at COLLCONN.com.
Hart looks up forward with a hop step, takes it across. Hart, the lob to Sharp, and he flies through the air to hammer it in.
And welcome back to the fifth quarter. Preston Highfield and Chris Burkhart with you on your home of the Portland Trailblazers, 620 Rip City Radio. Portland Trailblazers all over the Spurs, 147-127 tonight. Almost hit the 150-point mark for what would have been the 6th time in team history. Team scoring record is 156 points, according to our guy Curtis Long, who's the statistician on the radio broadcast. Also a great PA announcer. He is the voice of the Les Schwab Invitational and some other high school events in the area. I know he's filled in for Mark Mason before, so shout out to Curtis. He's a good dude. Most points that Portland has scored in regulation since 1992 was another stat from this one tonight. And the Blazers hit the McNugget mark, which is the 100-point mark, with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. They had 100 points. 119 through three quarters is the most in franchise history through three quarters. We still have to hear from Dame and Chauncey Billups. So let's start with Chauncey in tonight's Coach's Corner.
It's time for the Coach's Corner with Chauncey Billups on Blazers Game Day, presented by Henderson & Daughter. Henderson & Daughter has been supplying superior design service, quality windows, entry doors, patio doors, and window installation to the Portland and Southwest Washington area since 1977. Before you decide to just replace your current windows or exterior doors, have our designers present you with a free in-home design consultation and estimate to show you the different styles we carry that can give your home a fresh new look. Henderson & Daughter, your window and door experts.
Run, and get going and get our offense going. We had a lot of shot making out there.